Hello, little ghoulies. It is your Supreme, of course, and I am here today to talk about a haunt roundup. So, what these videos are going to be is basically just myself talking about any haunt news that I have found out about, anything like that. Now, I do want to preface saying that this is not a all exclusive, all extensive list. So, okay, but this is just some of the news that I have found out about some local haunts, some more famous haunts, things like that about their upcoming season. So we're just going to react to a couple of different pieces of news and then kind of, have a little chit chat. But if you are new here, my name is Josephine the Supreme. I am absolutely in love with anything and everything spooky, and that includes haunts. That includes other haunted content creators. That includes talking about urban legends, Reddit lore, you name it. I absolutely adore it. So I wanted to start this kind of YouTube series because I am a very, very huge fan of haunts in general. So I wanted to kind of dive deep into that world for my ghoulies. Okay. So the first thing that we are going to talk about is HHN. So I am by no means an expert in HHN, but this will be my second year going to the California, to the Hollywood and the Orlando. So we're just going to talk about some announcements that recently, because they've been on a roll. So these are just some recent ones that they have announced in the last couple days, and we're going to share our thoughts. So the first one is actually going to be, which I'm super, super pumped about this, Nightmare Fuel. Let's go ahead and look real quick. Okay, so we have Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights presents Nightmare Fuel Blood Noir. So, y'all, if you are new to this channel and to Josephine the Supreme, I am absolutely, absolutely, absolutely in love with vampires, and this this right here, I was so excited, and I am going to fangirl everywhere. I did see the Fuel Girls for the first time last year. The show itself had so much energy in it and just so much creativity. Their dancing, their choreography, their storytelling, just within the music itself and just the show itself. So, especially with something like this, I am so pumped, absolutely so pumped to see what the girls can do. I would highly recommend, if you have never seen a Fuel Girl live show, to go on YouTube. There's plenty of footage, obviously, about them. I'll go ahead and link their website down below. Um, but these are some very, 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 very talented individuals, and they put on one hell of a show. So the vibes I'm getting from this is going to be very dark, gothic. I feel like it's going to be very like the Dracula, oh my gosh, 2000s Dracula, that movie. I feel like it's going to be that vibe, especially, okay, I feel like they can pull off some Queen of the Damned. I do. I feel like they can do it. I do. So I was so fangirled when I saw this. So fangirled. The next announcements that we are going to do. So the next announcement, let me go ahead and put this up. This is as well for Halloween Horror Nights. And this actually just came out like today. Okay. So that is the Halloween Horror Nights Scare Zone. Fort Nightmares. Fort Mares. Okay. I had to think for a second. Y'all, don't judge me. I feel the judgment and I need it to stop. Yeah. So Halloween Horror Nights Fort Bears. I'm gonna get it. I swear I am gonna get it. So okay, personally, not like a huge fan of Fortnite. So this really didn't do much for me as far as an excitement is gonna, is concerned. I'm not mad at it. If you like it, I love it. I know that Fortnite has a lot of different fans, a lot of different fans. So, this will be fun for certain people going through it, and I'm all for it. Listen, if you can find something, especially at these type of haunts, if you can find something that really, really triggers your happiness, I'm all for it because that's what these events are about. Truthfully, That's what these events are about. So yeah, this one was just announced today, and I kind of said, that's cool. That's cool. So I know, so obviously Universal has not only the scare zones, but the live shows, which we did talk about the first live show. I had to start with that because that is my jam, Nightmare Fuel. So the next live show that they did announce is actually the Universal Horror Nights Stranger Things Return to Hawkins. So the funny part about Stranger Things, especially in your Supreme's world, this on paper is a show that I should have absolutely devoured. It never really struck to me, it never really struck me as something that I want to dive into. So it's got all the elements that I usually like, and that's okay. I know Stranger Things is a actual like phenomenon across the world, which is cool, and I'm all for it. I have a lot of shout out Doom buddies that they are very huge haunt theme park goers, which I will tag them below, as well as some other platforms that do solely dedicate themselves to this, just to make sure you guys get all the full lore, all of that. But they are huge Stranger Things fans, and I'm actually so excited to see their cosplay. They are amazing cosplayers. So I know that they're going to hit it this year. They are going to go insane, and I'm excited because we got other houses that were announced earlier than this. So clock that. I'm ready to see my Doom buddies getting that work in with their costumes. Okay. But yeah, so this was announced. A lot of people wanted the Jack and Oddfellow show. A lot of people, there was a lot of discord from what I saw in like the Facebook groups and everything like that. So was it perceived the best? I think it just depends. If you are, if you're a huge fan, then heck yeah, I feel like you absolutely loved it. But if you weren't, I know we're definitely going to see it. So I am going to hold my judgment until I see the show. And then another, I'm kind of, I'm making sure I'm going through everything. So not only do we have the live shows, it looks like this one, I gotta take a drink for this one because your Supreme's a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, your Supreme's a little nervous for this one. The only thing I don't know if this is bicoastal or not. I think it is just for Universal Orlando. That I'm not sure of, but I will make sure to clarify that in the comments. But they did do a house announcement. Yeah. And let's just go ahead and actually do this video.
You there, join me. This game's easy to play, but deadly to lose. So, will you hit a hot streak? Or go up in smoke?
Fan the flames of Evil Dead Burn. One nightmare of many, only at Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
So, yeah, we have Halloween Horror Nights, or we have the HHN Orlando Evil Dead Burn. Evil Dead Burn. That's all I'm gonna say. I am very, very, very scared. Not gonna lie. I'm a little nervous. And I just personally, I'm just not a huge fan of the D word and things like that. I think that the movie, I personally, I liked Evil Dead Rise a little better, just a little bit. But as far as the house, I think that this is going to be very aggressive. We all know the Deadites and Evil Dead are just, first off, they come for blood. They always come for your blood. They come for your soul. Literally, they come for your soul. So it's like, girl, I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervy to walk in there. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people yelling and hollering and wanting to eat my soul. I am surprised though. I'm surprised that it just came out and they already got it at HHM. But what I have learned is that kind of stuff is kind of like, they've talked about it a lot longer than what we have realized. So that was pretty much it for HHN. Oh, there is one more thing. So as well as houses, live shows, HHN always does do scare zones as well. So the scare zone or we don't even know if it's a scare zone actually. So what we've been told is it's a horde. Let's just go ahead and intro. Okay, it's a horde. What is this? What is this? It's a horde of clowns. So another thing about Josephine the Supreme, if you are new to this channel, I do not like the D word, which is demons, and I do not like clowns. I can handle zombies. I can handle monsters. I can handle serial killers. I can handle dolls. I can handle aliens. I can handle pretty much anything else besides the D word and a lot of religious horror. And then the clowns and HHN they said, oh, you don't want this? You scared? Well, then I'm gonna go ahead and put it times 7, times 7,000. So basically this was announced. There's not been a confirmation, at least from what I have seen. Again, the individuals that I tag below, definitely follow them because they do a deep dive and everything when it comes to these theme park haunts. But as far as what I have seen, I do not see if it was a confirmation, if it was a house, it was an experience, it was a scare zone. We don't know. We just know there's going to be clowns. And we just know. And I just know that they're going to be somewhere. There's going to be somewhere. Oh. Okay, so yeah, I'm super excited about that. I will be going opening night on August 28th. So I'll definitely have footage for the channel. I'll have footage for the social media, everything like that. And then in LA, we will be there October 1st through the 3rd. So I will be getting Hollow Scream and then the HHN on that coast. So speaking of Hollow Scream, so that is SeaWorld's version of Halloween Town, their Halloween event. So there are some scare zones that I kind of want to talk about. I've not been to Hollow Scream yet. I know Dead Man's Mic that I'm gonna put in the description. They did go last year and they said that event, I've said it before, they said that event is not something to sleep on. So I am really excited to see what they have. So the first kind of scare zones that I want to talk about from what they've announced so far. The first one is Trailer Park Tragedy. I have looked up some like walkthroughs and whatnot of that. This looks really fun. It looks really interactive. It looks like the actors have a lot of fun playing the roles and just being quite buck wild. Oh, also, if you ever watched Buck Wild, the old show on MTV, let your girl know because that was my shit. Okay, I just needed to say that. So this one looks fun. I am such a sucker for scare zones. I feel like it's just really fun to be there, not only with your group, but with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like the crowd of people that's in that park. You really are experiencing that with them. So I think scare zones are always just so dope to kind of get you pre-hyped for the houses that you're about to go to. So this looks so fun. I think I'm going to be hollering on the ground. The next one I want to talk about is called Just One More Chapter. It's very Victorian Gothic-esque from what the description is stating. And the visuals of this, yes, ma'am, I love it. I'm such a sucker for that. I got so mad at myself because last year at HHN Orlando, they had a vampire masquerade, like Gothic type of scare zone, and I did not get enough footage of that. And looking back on it and like other people's footage and things like that, it was gorgina. Like it was gorgeous. The costumes there, that's what I'm really excited about with this specific scare zone is the costumes and the aesthetic alone. that they're going to do, because the HHN Orlando one had their masks were just bejeweled, literally dripping in blood. You had the chokers that were dripping in blood. It's like, yes. Another thing about the Supreme is I am such a sucker for some special FX makeup and just and anything in general to make you feel like you are a different creature. I'm for it. I'm for it. So I'm super, super pumped about this one. Um, and then the other now again, I've kind of got these images from everywhere I could find, but this is called Wood Rot Hollow. Apparently, Wood Rot Hollow and Trailer Park Tragedy are returning scare zones. This, not really. I'm curious to see what this is going to be. It feels like we're going into a tree, which I mean, trees can be scary. Trees can be scary. I just know that I've been told not to sleep on this event, so I'm not going to sleep on it. I'm not going to sleep on it, and I am ready to see it. And then they also have a house. So they had a house announcement. This house is called Everything Must Stay. So I have talked about this a little bit before in some reels, but this is a house that basically is talking about paranormal, spiritual. They run it because the house is getting possessed. In a nutshell. So I am curious to see walkthroughs of that. I'm curious to see how they're going to do the paranormal aspect. You're Supreme. Also, if you are new here, your Supreme is such a sucker for paranormal, spiritual, all of that. My girl over Creepy Confidential, that is your resident creep in everything and all things creepy and cryptid. Herself and Strange Talk, they actually just went on a paranormal investigation. I love them to death. So if you are interested in a lot of paranormal, I will definitely link them below, because I would definitely suggest to go over there. She does a lot of amazing content with real life cases. She talks about aliens. She talks about a lot of the strange and unknown. So make sure to check over Creepy Confidential and Strange Talk. They are my girls, and we together are actually called the Paranormal Parapuff Girls, because we're all some creepy girls. We are. But this one, it feels like it should be very interactive. I feel like there's going to be a lot of pieces moving. I think the set itself is going to really do most of the work with this. So really excited to see that. So I also wanted to kind of talk about some local haunts. Now, I also do want to preface with the haunt roundup, is going to kind of evolve over time, and I will be talking about different haunts every time I do this video. So one time it could be HHN, one time it could be Knott's. When they do announce more things, one time it could be a haunt that I found, in Indiana. So the haunt roundup is truly going to just be anything that I find interesting, local and more of the well-known parks, for you guys. And also, if you definitely would like me to highlight a haunt or highlight like something going on at a haunt or a spooky event in general, definitely leave a comment down below or like DM on Instagram, all that stuff. I'll be more than happy to do that, because I love learning about new haunts. I love learning about new spooky events and spooky celebrations in the community. It doesn't even have to be in the community. It could be 7 hours away from me. Your Supreme will travel. I'm just gonna be honest. Your Supreme gets in her little Nissan Altima and she'll be on the road. She'll be on the road. So definitely let me know. I absolutely think haunts, which is also why I wanted to do this. I think haunts are some of the most creative just endeavors that I've seen people do. If you really take a step back and look and see, and just think about the fact that this haunt, every scene that you go into, every character that you cross, every detail that you see on the scene is coming from somebody's mind. That to me is insane. It's so empowering, and it makes me want to celebrate somebody's creativity and really support it, because not everyone can do that. I think haunts are just some of the coolest. They're just the coolest shit on the planet. I've always loved haunted house season, and now I've just kind of made this my life. 365 a day. That's what you're Supreme. That's how your Supreme got born. So I wanted to just kind of talk about some local haunts and then a partnership that I actually do have this season with a couple of them. So the first one that I want to talk about is the Dent. This is from their Instagram. The Dent is located in Cincinnati, Ohio, and they are doing construction. Now, if you've ever been to the Dent, you know that we go down in the basement with Charlie. We do, girl. Charlie did some bad things. That's what I'm gonna say. And we go down to the basement with him, and it's quite scary. It's quite scary. I love haunted houses, but your girl, your Supreme, is probably the most jumpiest person in the world. But it looks like this is from their Instagram. They've been doing a lot of construction. They've been doing a lot of updates. So as somebody who's been to this haunt before, I am so excited to see the new layouts they have. And your girl will definitely be going there. The next one that I want to talk about, girl, where is it? Girl, where you at? Is the USS Nightmare. If you are local, this is in Newport, Kentucky. This is their job fair. So their job fair just posted, which means, hey, haunts are coming. It is July right now when I'm recording this. So we basically have a month. We all know that haunts usually open middle of September to late September. So the haunts are here and your girl is just ready. Your girl is so ready to be in a haunted house again. Like standing outside, having the queue actors mess with you, like going that initial rush. I don't know if y'all can relate, but that initial rush that you get in, like as soon as you get into a house, it's like, it's literally such a high. And I absolutely I love that feeling. I don't think I would just say it. But if you are local to Newport, Kentucky, this is their job fair information. USS Nightmare is one of our, I would say, oldest or longest running haunts. I know this haunt has been around since I was literally in 7th, 6th grade. Shout out Nia's papa. He took us and he dropped us off, and you know what he said to my mama? He said, "Oh, they can scream, they can." I said, "Oh, okay." And then I'm gonna look here. So let me go ahead. And the last one I want to talk about as far as the haunt is called The Haunt, Columbus, Ohio. It is a brand new one that is actually opening up in October. So your Supreme will certainly be up there. I'm actually going up there on Sunday to do some FX makeup. So I will have some footage for sure. So this looks to be an amazing haunt. I have talked to the owners and everything, or the individuals related to the haunt personally, and they are such a great group of people. I'm so excited to work with them this season. As far as just going up there, it looks like their Instagram page, which I will definitely link below. The actors that they have already in there and the haunt itself looks so cool. It looks so dope. I'm so excited to kind of get in there on Sunday and look and learn more about it. So this is their opening schedule. They also do have this company also has a haunt in Grand Rapids, Michigan, if you are local to that area. And then Indianapolis, which is about 2 hours from me. So I will be definitely doing some things up there with them. And then the last item that I would like to cover, which I will tag them below as well. I am partnering with Tristate Fright Nights for this season. If you are in the NKY/Greater Cincinnati area, that is just a page that is solely dedicated to talking about haunts, talking about spooky events, all of that fun stuff. So I will be partnering with them this year or this season to just kind of do some mini walkthroughs, as much coverage as I can, just to talk about the haunts. So definitely, if you are somebody who loves haunts, be on the lookout, because your girl, your Supreme, we finna be in some haunts this season. We're gonna be in some haunts. But yes, that is the first official YouTube roundup video. Again, this is going to be very ever-changing as far as the haunts being covered, things like that. And if you have anything that you would like me to cover specifically, DM me, comment, whatever the case, however you want to do it. And I'm going to tag my local theme park haunt experts down below. And definitely check them out for all things a lot more deep as far as lore, especially with HHN. Love HHN so much. I have not been going as much as they have, so I do not have near as much knowledge of the lore and everything. But as far as the local haunts here, and then just like local haunts in general, I will definitely be doing a deep dive into some of them. You will see a lot of that coverage on my page, so certainly be on the lookout. But yep, that is it for today's video. If you have any ideas, anything like that, again, of haunts, just comment down below and let me know what you thought of this video, of course. And as always, Ghoulies, especially if this is your first time, what are we going to do? Ta-ta for now.